Good morning, crafters, and welcome to Creative Moments by G. I'm Georgia, and so happy that you could stop by today. Oh my goodness, we have a terrific YouTube Live planned for you. We are working with a fantastic stamp set called Versailles. Oh my goodness, it's going to transport you back to a time when we created vintage cards, beautiful, beautiful frames. I think you're really going to like it. Let me show you just a little bit. Here it is, Versailles. Oh my goodness, look at this beautiful stamp set. We have this ficus here that goes just gorgeous on the side of a card. We also have this frame, this Baroque frame, so pretty, and I'll share more information about that. But I want to remind you, if you are new to our channel, we hope that you take time to go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell, and that way you never miss one of our videos that we share with you. And we share little bits of inspiration on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then of course we go live on YouTube at 10 o'clock on Wednesdays. And if you are returning to us, well, thank you so much for doing that and sharing your time with us. And I want to remind you, when you check in today, go ahead and leave a comment. Whether it's on the rebroadcast or while we're live, we answer all our comments, and we just love to chat with you. Now remember, my sister Maudie is over there just waiting to answer any of your questions, because it's kind of hard when I'm creating the card to do that, and she does a fantastic job. So stop by and say hi to Maudie, and let's head down to the crafting table and get started. Now, you know, the first thing I like to do is I like to always share a saying. And let's share this saying. Life is the art of drawing without an eraser. Oh my goodness. Now, what does that mean? Well, to me, that means to live in the present. You know, you can't change your past. So live in the present, and I like to say, be a sunflower, be bold and bright, and just have a fantastic day, and be kind to those along the way. Hey, Pat and Gloria, so happy you could join us. I think you're going to like this. If you like vintage cards, you will like the cards that we have put together with this very Versailles. And you know what's so interesting about this? I had to look this up because I'm like, well, I wonder why they called it Versailles, you know? And what is the style of this frame? Did you know that this is called French Baroque architecture? And you know why? This was created in the 1700s, and actually it has such a form that has like moving pieces. It's raised, it's usually oval, it's curved, and it looks like it has motion. Oh my goodness, but to me, it looks vintage, and we just love those cards. So let me show you one of the cards that we created for today. Look at this one. Now, we did start with the very vanilla cardstock, but then we shaded it using the soft suede, just ever so lightly. And then we stamped the ficus on the side. We popped this up with some dimensionals, of course. And then we have this beautiful script that comes with the stamp set. And we're going to make something similar to this, but a little different. And then look at the inside. Oh my goodness. Is that not the most beautiful script? Always thinking of you. Do you love that script? Oh, I do. So let's go ahead and get started on this card. Now, the first thing you need to do is get your A2 card. And I want to remind you that all of the dimensions will be listed on our blog over on creativemomentsbyg.com. Just give me about an hour and we'll make sure we get that posted, so you don't have to worry about that right now. Just enjoy the card making, and let's create this card together. So we have a few pieces. We also have our mat for the inside, and then of course our little cute stitched circle. And you know, I like to always say, let's get that middle part, the inside part, down first, and that way we don't have to worry about it. Now, we will be stamping, of course, but let's go ahead and get that down. And then stick around because I have 2 more cards to show you and discuss with you. I just think you're going to love this stamp set. Now on the front, we decided to go ahead and put this mat down. Isn't that pretty? I just think these 2 colors go so well together. Now we're not going to put it down just yet because I have a technique to show you that I think you're really going to like. So let's go ahead and fix this. This is a mat that's going to have our design on it. So we're going to bring in our brush because we're going to do a little bit of shading. Now what's important when you do this is that you're not heavy-handed, right? You need to be very light when you decide to shade. So go ahead and just tap it off like that and just very lightly come on this side, because all we're really trying to do is create a vintage look, just an older card so that it's not so starkly cream colored, right? And it has a little bit of a border. We're going to go kind of heavy on this side because this is the side where all the decoration's going to be. So I'm just very lightly going over it, but I am kind of going heavier on the rim of it. Now I'm going to pick up a little bit down here at the bottom, very lightly. Okay. You know what they say, you can put it down, but you can't take it off, right? So that's why you have to go over very lightly. It's very hard. Now just pick up a little bit on the side, so we can create that dimension on the side, and then on the top, we're not really coming into it, we're just going on the edge. And look at that. I'm going to come in a little more. There we go. And doesn't that look kind of vintage, right? Looks a little older. It doesn't look so flat. That's what we like. The next thing I think we'll do is we're going to go ahead and stamp our beautiful words. Oh my goodness, I think that has to be French. I'm looking at it and I really do. I think that has to be French. And you know, we're going to go ahead and use our new color, Cinnamon Cider, and just go ahead and get this stamped right on there. We're going to put a little bit right here, right in the corner, and then we're going to bring it down. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That is such pretty script, and it looks vintage, doesn't it? Oh my goodness, yes. Just put that about right here and just hold it down. Okay. Now we're just going to move that to the side, and we're going to bring in our leaves. Now we're going to use 2 different colors for our leaves. We're going to use Shaded Spruce and Old Olive. And I think that will give us the 2 shades that we need. We may not even have to stamp off. Let's just see if we have to do that. Let's go ahead and just get a little bit right there and hold it. We don't want it too dark. Look at that. So, so pretty. And now we will just bring this up from the bottom just a little bit. Let's make sure we have that. And then I'm going to have to clean it off. Just get that so that I can bring in that other color, right? Okay. So I'm going to use my cleaner. Just bring that in. Do you have this scrubby? Oh my goodness, love it. And it really works so well with these rubber stamps. Just love it. Okay, so we have that. Now I'm going to close this up. I don't want to get it on my hands. And now I'm going to pick up the Old Olive. And we're just going to use the bottom part of it. I'm going to stamp it off. Yes. I think I'll put it like right there. And just hold it. Such a beautiful leaf set. Oh my goodness, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Those 2 colors just go so well together. So we're going to leave that right there because we will bring that back on the inside. And now we need to stamp our beautiful Baroque frame, right? We're going to stamp it about right here. And then we will be setting up the center part that has the saying on it. And I think we'll put it in cider. No, I think we're going to put it in cinnamon cider. We already have our wording in cinnamon cider, but I think it'll go well. Let's just see how that looks. I always like to stamp it first. Oh, yes. You know what? Doesn't it almost look bronze? It almost looks bronze, I think. And I think we're going to put it like this, and we're just going to stamp it right over everything. And we're going to hold it for good contact. Okay. Look at that. Just barely shines through. Now, on this little circle that we're going to use, we also want it to look just a little bit more vintage than it does, right? So we are going to use one of our little daubers, and we're going to come in with our cinnamon cider, and we're just going to go around the edges ever so lightly. Okay. I just, you know, if you love vintage cards where everything doesn't look all new, and you will love this stamp set. I don't know if you have it, but it's something that I know you will really like. And I think we'll go ahead and maybe put, always thinking of you, let's see, have a beautiful day right here in the center. And you know what? I think I'm going to use the green to pick up the color of the leaves, so that it's not all the same. Let me see if I like that. I do like that. Okay, so we're just going to center it right here. And we're going to hold it so we get all that ink. Okay, let's see. Oh, such a pretty font. And I love how it fits in that circle just perfectly. Now we're going to set this up on dimensionals. And, you know, sometimes I go back to cards and I decide, oh, I need something. So I'm just going to put a dimensional right in the middle, just in case I come back and look at this card and say, you know what? Maybe I want it to also have some leaves. But I want to show you this trick that I have found as I go through my crafting. Now, here's the layering that we're going to do. And I want to put a ribbon right here. I think that's really going to add to it. So let me show you what we're going to do. We're just going to cut off about, which is probably too much, we'll cut off about 10 inches. And I think I will be setting it up on dimensionals. However, I'm going to take my hole punch, and I'm just going to ever so lightly put a little notch right there, just so it holds my ribbon. Have you ever done that? That is so nice. And that way it holds it. Isn't that cute? You do have to make sure that you get it right in the right spot. So I'm going to go ahead and take a pencil, and I'm going to make just a little mark so that I know where to put it so that we get right where we need it. Okay. So I'm going to hold this right here. I'm going to just barely put a little hole punch. And then I can go ahead, set it up on dimensionals, because I want that height on my card. And I also want it to be able to be shipped in the mail, right? Because I'm going to give it. So I want to make sure and put that dimensional right in the center, because that's very important. You know, things get squished when we send them through the mail, don't they? Okay, so let's get this lined up again. Right about there. Okay. Now we want to put our ribbon on first. Just hook it right in that hole. Look at that. And now it's going to hold it perfectly. Now I'm just going to pull it, and I'm just going to put some glue so that we can glue it right down. You don't have to put much because it is going to be on the underside. Just get that lined up. Cut off the other end. And there we have it. And now we can add our circle. Look at this. What do you think about that? Isn't that pretty? Now let's get that added to our card, the front of our card. And I think I'm going to go ahead, and just to give it a little more height, I'm going to go ahead and use my dimensionals again. I'm going crazy with dimensionals today, but sometimes, I don't know, just raising it up, don't you find that it just looks so much prettier? So we'll go ahead and just get those off. Get that backing off. Then we will do the inside, and I have those other two to share with you. So we're going to go ahead and line it up. Now look at that front. What do you think about that? Isn't that vintage looking? You can still see the Baroque frame right underneath it. Now we're going to bring in this gorgeous stamp set. And we're going to go ahead and use cider, one of our new colors. I love this. And then we're going to bring in that ficus plant again. And, oh, wait till you see how pretty this is going to be. They still have plenty of room to write. Always thinking of you. So pretty. Look at that. Is that not scripty? Oh my goodness. Reminds you of a vintage card. Oh, yes. Now let's bring in, I think I'm going to put some vintage going, some leaves going down the side. Just barely on the side. That's what I want to do. Just right here. And hold it. And I'm going to put just a few up here, because I think that would be also very pretty. Let's put it right in the corner.
Please use the ribbon you just cut off, maybe a knot in the front.
Oh, I think that's a great idea. Let me see. Now you said use the ribbon that I just, a knot right here. Wouldn't that be cute? Oh, I see it right here. Let me get that and see. Let me make a knot. I think that's a great idea. Now where do you think I should put it? Should I put it over here or right here? Maybe over the green leaves. So put it to the right of the saying or the left of the saying. What do you think?
I have to wait. She's not there yet.
We'll give you a few minutes to decide. I'll go ahead and put my knot, and we'll just try it. Let's just see. See what that looks like. Get that just tied. And let's get that cut off. And let's see. Let's try it.
Just try it. She put thumbs up.
Oh, I like that. Look at that. What do you think? Put it here, or maybe put it right like that so it comes off the side.
She should answer me. Wait a second.
Okay. Let's see, or maybe put it just right there. Let's see, I'm just trying to figure out exactly where to place this. Let's see. I think on that side, that way. So we're going to get us a small glue dot. And I'm going to get that right on our knot. Okay, and let's go ahead and put that right there. And there we have it. What do you think? That is a great idea. We used our little bit that we have left over to create a little knotted bow. Love it. You open it up, always thinking of you. That is the card we made today. I love it. I love the colors. We showed you this card earlier, and we used that additional stamp set that they had in there. So pretty as well. Look at this one. This one we created, and it's a top fold. We still did our double matting, and we also did our double matting of circles. But look at this. We tore our paper down here to even make it look more vintage, right? And we used DSP. I mean, how pretty does that look with the DSP? And then we have one more to show you. Look at this. We used a die to cut out this thank you. So pretty. You know what it is? It's really all about the colors, isn't it? Your sweet friendship refreshes the soul. Isn't that lovely? Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for sharing your time with us today. We hope that you love this very Versailles stamp set as much as we do. We love vintage cards, and so I can only imagine how much our family and friends are going to like this. Well, listen, we hope you go out and have a fantastic day. Remember to be safe and healthy, and guess what? We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.